Hello everyone, this is sbfrequency events. My name is Adedunke Gomina and today we're going to be showing you how to set up your buses or your auxiliaries like some of you know it on the Behringer wing mixer. So now for the Behringer wing mixer, it has 16 buses that you can use and you can use them as stereo or mono. That's the beauty about the Behringer wing buses. Now, to actually set them up, all you need to do is to come here and click on Bus Master over here. And also you can also view your bus masters here too if you want to, or you can do that over here. That's how flexible the Behringer wing mixer is. So I'm going to come here, and as you can see 1 to 8. That's for the buses. That's bus 1 to 8. Now for me to see the other ones, I just need to go this, and I just need to come here and press this by 4, and that shows me 9 to 16, right? So once you want to go back, you just press this again, and it takes the numbers back by 4 till you get to the number you want to work on. Now, to do anything on my bus, all I need to do is to come to each one of the buses. So before I do anything, I need to configure them to make sure that they are set up right. Now, if you remember for buses, when you're using your buses or your auxiliaries, you can either use them as pre or post, right? So, but for the Behringer mixer here, it's not called pre and post. So I would show you shortly. So to configure that, once I come here, you can see I have the home. This shows me like a general overview of what's happening with my bus. Like here, I can actually adjust the trim. I can change the icon color. I can name it to whatever I want to. I can give it tags if I want to. Also, I can work on my EQ, which is over here, by just clicking that, and I can put in whichever EQs it is that I want. Also, I can adjust my levels and so on and so forth, right? That's for the buses. Now, when I come over here, you can see this. Now, for me to make them pre or post, like I said, they're also called the tab or post, right? So remember, I am in the master section of my auxiliaries, right? Or my buses. Now, what I need to do now is to set up how each one of these channels are going to be sending to my bus master. Yeah, so I can either make them to be pre, I can make them to be post, and I can make them to act like a subgroup. So whichever settings it is that I want. And as you know, when we're dealing with stage monitoring, we always put our auxiliaries on pre. When we're dealing with effects, we always put our auxiliaries or our buses on post, right? So in order to do that, I have to come here and I click on this one, right? And I can make it post, right? And once I do that, I click on apply. And as you can see, it changes. So that means that auxiliary 1 on channel 1 is going to be post, but it is pre or tap on all the other channels. So let us check it to see if that's exactly what's happening. So when I come over here and I click on this, and as you can see, it's showing me that this is in post, right? This is in post. That's for auxiliary 1. That's for bus 1. And when I come over here, bus 1 here says that it's on pre. And for the other channels is on tap or pre, as you can see. Because I configured it such that it is on post just on one channel. Now, in a real life setting, what we do is we always make like most of the channels to have a certain preset, either pre or post. So to do that, I come back over here and I come here and I click on this. That brings me here, right? So when I come over here, I can now change the configuration of all the channels simultaneously. To do that, I need to click on all channels. And once I click on this, whatever setting I put over here is going to be effective on all the channels. So that means that if I make bus 1, right, to be pre, right, so it's going to make all the bus 1s on all the channels to be pre. And that is what I will want, because this bus 1 is the monitor speaker, let's assume, for my lead singer, which is labeled lead. So I'm going to do that. I can also ignore channel mute, right? I can turn that on and I can turn that off. So that means that when I mute my channel, it means that sound will not go to my monitor, right? If I put it to off, right? But if I turn that on, it means that once I mute that channel, the channel will still work on my bus 1, on that floor monitor. That channel will still work, and it says it's only functional in the tap mode only. I don't want that configuration, so I'm not going to turn that on, right? So also send panning. So I can also configure how the panning is going to be. Like I said, Behringer Wing has made each one of the buses to be stereo or mono. You can choose if you want each one to be stereo or mono. When we get to the routing area, I will show you what I mean by that. Also, you can send enable, you can turn that on or off, and also you can assign what your level should be. For example, I can decide that all my auxiliaries, I want them to start at -10 dB, so that way I can build up from there, right? So you can set it to whichever thing you want it to be, and you click on apply. And once you do that, you can see, if you see over here, there's a volume thing here showing. So if you look closely, there's a red mark under the tab showing you the level. So if you see, I can set everything to 0 dB, and let's see again. You can see that that has increased in level, right? And if I go to this, right? I select this, I'm on Sense on Fader. You can see that on that auxiliary 1, which is my lead, everything is on 0 dB. So if I set this to -10 and I click on apply, you can see that they've all been set to this level. I do infinity, you can see that they've all been set to that level. So it's a fantastic configuration where you can change things the way you want, and it makes your setup process very easy. So let's assume I set all of this to this level, right? So I have everything on that level based on what I want or how I want it to be. So I click on close. So I've been able to set up my bus. Also, I can put some compression if I want. I can insert some effect if I want, if I'm using these as an FX channel. When we talk about effect routing, we're going to talk about that, how you can do your effects through your buses. So I can configure that over here. I can also work on my EQ. I can put another effect, or I can put a graphic EQ based on what I want to do. And also I can still route my buses to any of my masters, which are my main sends, which is M1, M2, M3, M4, right? I can turn that on and it still goes to my master by doing that. And also this shows me like an overview of all the buses, right, and what's going on with them. So let's go and look at the routing. Remember I talked about buses being stereo or mono. So when I come to routing, as you can see here, it's showing me lead 1 left, lead 1 right. Now, if you can see, I can make this to be mono and I can make it to be stereo. If you see here, lead 1 left, right, backup 1 left, right, all these are all in stereo, not mono. But if you come over here, you can see my sub here, which is bus 8. It no longer shows me left or right, meaning that this is in mono, right? So to change that or to make that mono or stereo, I come over here to my buses and I come here, and as you can see, this is the mono here. So once I activate that on that lead 1, you will see that when we go to the routing, it no longer carries the name 1 left, 1 right. It will just be 1. So when I come here now, you can see that it now shows me 1, 1, meaning that I'm not using this as a stereo bus, I'm using it as a mono bus. Now, if you remember for other mixers that we used to use, when you want to make them stereo, it means that you're going to be sacrificing 2 of the buses to achieve stereo. But this time around, the wing mixer has made it such that on one bus, you can make it either stereo or mono. So that way you still have 16 buses to play with, and you can make it as flexible as you want it to be. So when you want to route your buses, all you need to do is to come over here to outputs and you click on bus, which is here, as you can see. Then you unlock this, right? And you determine where these buses are meant to be connected out to. So right now, I can make this lead 1 receive from the port 7 over here, right? And if you can see my sub, which is here, right? As I change that, you can see that this changes, right? So I want my lead 1, right, to come out through this port. So I'm going to do that, and I've been able to assign this to that port over here. And here also I have this routed, which is port 1, that's the local out here, is actually assigned or routed to the bus 8, which is over here. So if I play back from this multi-track over here, once I play back over here, you would hear the sound. So you'll get the praise. You get the praise. You'll take the honor. You'll take the honor. Thank you. So you can see unassigned, assigned, right? Yeah, so that brings us to the end of our video on buses or auxiliaries on the Behringer wing mixer. So if you have any questions, please put that in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, as we'll be bringing you more videos on the Behringer wing and other educational topics that will be of good use to you. Our contacts are everywhere, so reach out to us and we get back to you. Till when next we come your way again, this is SB Frequency Events. Bye.